Hey, so I thought that I'd do some videos on specific topics. For instance, this video is about pain. And one thing when you have any kind of illness or any kind of injury, and I have a bunch of back injuries in addition to having cancer. So I had the experience with this, and that is describing pain. That's what this is the issue of pain. And when you go to the doctor, one of the things, a big thing that they talk about is, what level of pain? Describe your pain. And it becomes this really bizarre, abstract activity that you have to engage in because you're asked so many times to evaluate how you're feeling physically. And it's something that, in some ways, is immeasurable because, um, pain has different levels of force, but it also has different levels of effect and affect. So both. It's like, you know, um, you might have a pain that has a very low force level, but is has a big effect on your mindset, right? For instance, if you hurt your back and you get this pain in your back every time you do a certain activity, it can be a little bit demoralizing or kind of knock you down a little bit um, physically. But it can kind of feel like, oh, I'm getting old, oh, I can't, my body's broken or whatever. You can kind of make it worse that way or just make it different. So now the thing is when you have a terminal illness, you get asked all the time to describe your pain. So I'm going to share some of the ways that I've described pain. And some of the basics are, oh, it's kind of this slight pain in the middle of my back, and it kind of moves from the left side over to the right side sometimes, and it can be at times it's like a stabbing pain, like a poking pain, and then sometimes it's kind of like a lingering pain, like a dull ache kind of thing that just keeps going. That is those descriptions I've used many times before when describing some of my pain. But more recently, uh, with cancer, but also previous to that with a neck injury that I suffered. I have 3 herniated discs in my neck, and one of the discs was kind of bulging, and it was affecting a nerve canal that I had in my neck. And that pain was excruciating pain. I thought I had felt pain up to that point, but I had never felt pain like that. I mean, that was like from going to, oh, my arm hurts. My left arm hurts. Oh, is it a heart attack? Wow, it hurts bad. It hurts more. Oh, it's not stopping hurting, until it increased to a level of where I felt like somebody had driven a big Mack truck up onto my arm and then poured gasoline on it and lit it on fire and kind of left me there with the truck on. Because that's what that pain was like. And I was kind of cradling my arm like it was a baby, walking around. I couldn't turn all the way to the left, and I just didn't have any free movement. That was one of the ways I described pain. More recently, with pancreatic cancer, one of the descriptions I used was I woke up in the morning feeling as if somebody I had been in a car accident and my torso had been crushed, and I was kind of left laying on the ground with somebody continuously kicking me in the stomach, because that's what the pain felt like. I literally felt like my body had been crushed, and I was kind of in that throbbing, I've been crushed pain. And then mixed with that was the somebody kicking me in the belly and giving me a hard, immediate pain, like everything at the same time. That is another level of pain. So there's 3 descriptions that I've used in describing pain, and that gives you an idea of, in a morbid way, that if you have cancer, you might be looking towards having some pain like that. In a medical way, hey, it's not easy to describe pain, and that's one person's attempt to describe it. Uh, and then in just a curiosity way, it's a weird thing having to do that and having to describe your pain. So yeah, that's my pain poetry.